final note, we got a question that I thought was very interesting. And for those of you who are definitely on the planning side, I'm interested about mobile advertising and how important it is as far as being part of your overall marketing mix when you start to plan for clients. Maybe even looking at a year ago, where was mobile as far as a priority for some of your clients to where it is right now?
For us, it entirely depends on what category our clients are in and what they have to sell. So, the hot categories that make a lot of sense, of course, are automotive, entertainment, financial services, because they sell direct to consumers. Those that sell through intermediaries like retail, it's a little bit harder to have a relationship and a direct connection to consumers and get them to interact with you. But we've got General Motors, and there's been some really good mobile opportunities to drive people to dealerships and give them maps and get them there to take a test drive. We've done, it's become a great priority for some entertainment brands that we have, E-Channel Style and G4 channels. They're part of Comcast Entertainment. Activision, we're delivering video game trailers for Tony Hawk and a lot of other stuff. It's become a great priority. There's others who are like fall asleep before I even get through the explanation. That might just be me, but it's just the nature of what business they're in right now, and if they can possibly understand, how their objectives apply to what the technology and the user behavior converts into for them. Some are ready, some aren't. We did not. Yes.
It's an interesting thing to talk about giving up control and not being willing to let go of what the result is.
Right. What he's referring to is Chevy Tahoe allowed people allowed themselves to take Chevy Tahoe's viral content and basically mash it up, and people went at them with with a green campaign, anti sort of Chevy campaign, and people made YouTube videos talking about how they sort of took Chevy Tahoe footage and mashed up stuff that was anti-establishment and automotive corporation stuff. The funny part about it is, in the end, Chevy was like, yeah, we meant for that to happen. No, that's cool. That's all right. We can handle both sides of the conversation. That definitely wasn't their initial intention, but they learned a lot, and I think the rest of us got to learn on their dime. Sort of what your attitude. I don't know that it changes anything. I don't know that tactically you change anything, because you can't control it, but. They didn't necessarily pull it down. I mean, I know they had the instinct to pull it down, but they figured we're too far gone. But in the same vein, I'll say that automotive and oil companies and energy and stuff. I mean, those are hard categories to deal with. But this may be a non sequitur, but one of the more successful viral campaigns that I've been around just this last calendar year was, of all things, a P&G brand called Thermacare that did a really funny viral campaign, and people were into it. And it wasn't really kids who got into it, but it was kind of a funny viral campaign, and people got into it and passed it around, and it was about the last brand you would ever think would do anything amusing. So.
You said that automotive and entertainment, financial services are driving people actually to retail or actually to locations. What kind of offers, what kind of campaigns are you conducting? What's the call to action? What's the offer that the customer's responding to?
Well, of course, it's in context to their campaign and to whatever. So, for instance, Continental Airlines, first of all, we're marketing to business travelers with Continental Airlines. So the dollars that we spend online are to get butts into business class seats. It's based on routes, right? So we're basically trying to appeal to people who want to go, New York to Dallas, New York to Chicago, whatever it is, Houston that would be. And so it's getting a contextually relevant ad in front of them and an offer for either price-driven offer, or use our book a seat. Click here to book a seat, and we'll give you access to our frequent flyer club. The next 3 times that you fly. So offers move people. Relevant ads engage people, and putting it in mobile reaches people when, you know, more easily than trying to reach people over the PC when they're sitting down finally to focus on content and click over.
What kind of mobile campaigns are you seeing for financial services companies?
Robbie?
That's you.
I have nothing to say.
I'm versed in consumer packaged goods.
You know, credit card offers, you know, I mean, just to qualify that, you know, for instance, so Capital One is one of our clients. They're heavily invested in credit card offers. On the other hand, we have UBS, who has sort of no business doing most of this because they've got high net worth wealth management. I mean, it's kind of not really relevant. So it depends what part of financial services you're in and what it is.
Capital One, are they doing anything from a mobile perspective, or?
I mean, they're going to be not at the they don't have anything in market, you know, at this moment, but they're going to be, and you know, I'm sure, I guarantee you that as micropayments become more relevant and trying to drive, you know, Cap One's weird because they don't happen to have bank branches, you know, it's a credit company, but you know, if we don't have a client who has branches, but if somebody's trying to drive somebody to a branch, you know, there's something relevant there in terms of geolocation.
Yeah. Question for the agency guys. There was a famous quote a couple weeks ago from the CEO of Carat, in which he said Carat is now a content company. So my question is the role of a brand evolving, or is that CEO just blowing smoke?
Probably blowing smoke a little bit. No, I think that brands are certainly starting to think that way to some degree, and the fact that there used to always be this idea that you had to get people to a website. There are a lot of brands with a lot of assets. You can take anything from, you know, to use some examples very close to me, a brand like Pampers that has spent millions of dollars to develop parenting content. You have a brand like Iams or Eukanuba that spends maybe $1 million developing pet-related content or breed-related content, and forever with the hopes of these people coming to this site and engaging in it. Now we're starting to see a shift. We're starting to see a shift in the way they think about how that content's used, and this could be in some way how Kraft is thinking as well, but that content can live in other places. And we're starting to look at programs that say, how can we take this Pampers content and merge it with WebMD or do something along those lines. So to some degree, these brands have spent a lot of time to develop content as a source, you know, probably, you know, mistakenly to drive people to a site, or as bait to get people to a site, and now they have to think about it differently. So perhaps that's why they're thinking that they're, you know, a content play these days.
We have to. I gotta wrap it up. Thank you, Tina.